يا لغتي عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي.
But this is speak, it's cool, you can say what you want. No, you can't take the picture.
Now it becomes freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech.
When you insult a dead person, is that freedom of speech in your Sikh religion?
I'd be upset, but it's still freedom of speech.
Is that freedom of speech in your Sikh religion? Insulting your
The
gurus.
thing is, I'm not going, I don't really care
Look,
I don't care what you say about my belief.
May I ask you a question?
Faith is stronger than that.
May I ask you a question?
The problem is you get upset about silly things like
May
words.
I ask you a
And in Speaker's
question?
Corner, he should be allowed to say whatever he wants.
May I ask you a question?
No, you can't say that.
Are you as a Sikh allowed with this principle of free speech to insult your gurus?
Sometimes
You can insult him. I wanted to. Insult him to be allowed.
Do you have faith in your book and your gurus?
The thing is, my faith is strong enough to handle a few words.
To insult them, right? Your faith is so strong to insult them.
I wouldn't even flinch tonight. I wouldn't even think about it. Because your faith, are you saying your faith is so weak that you cannot take even a minuscule amount of criticism?
Listen.
It's not as weak.
Excuse me.
Because Jesus is ridiculed all the time. You don't see. Of course I'm Sikh. What's this?
Okay, what do you believe in Sikh?
I'm not here to do that.
No. Are you a Sikh in disguise or a Christian?
I'm not here, but let me just say one thing. No, he's not. If I was to have the choice about what country I would rather live in, I would rather live in a Christian country than a Muslim country.
Which is a Christian country?
Because as a Sikh,
give me an example of a Christian country.
Hold on. Now you're saying.
So you did condemn.
Hold on. In the Punjab, we've had first.
Before
in the Punjab,
may I?
No. You're not letting me talk.
You're not letting.
No.
Listen.
I'm not Christian.
Don't touch me. Look at this.
I'm not Christian.
Don't do that ever again, right?
Oh, don't worry.
Because that's not very nice.
Let me just say something. I'm sick and tired of when Muslims say that the West and Christians are persecuting everyone.
Which Muslims say that?
I hear it all the time because I watch.
What do you read? CNN?
Well, you're talking about Burma, and that is bad.
Yes.
But what I'm saying,
who's doing it?
What I'm saying to you is that Muslims are hypocrites because they have killed so many people around the world for centuries. India, the Punjab, I think over 300 million Hindus were slaughtered over a 400-year period. There's a place called the Hindu Kush in Afghanistan. Afghanistan used to be Buddhist at one point.
That's why there's
no Buddhist there.
Okay. So now, as you know, I'm not going to respond to any of your side points. I want to ask you, if I'm going to live in a country, I would rather live in a Christian country rather than a Muslim country. Yes. That's what you said, right?
Because I can't practice freedom of speech in a Muslim country.
Wait.
I can't practice my religion. If I go to Saudi Arabia, can I wear Quran in Saudi Arabia? Can I wear this in Saudi Arabia?
No. I thought
so why would I want to live there?
Listen, I thought you were a decent individual. When you spoke, you wanted me to remain silent. When I'm speaking, I haven't even finished my sentence. You're right. Thank you. Try to learn something, right? Okay. Good. Yes, you should learn from me now.
I've heard you a million times.
Stop.
Your rhetoric is always the same.
Stop.
You're always a victim mentality.
Stop.
Always ask us we're being persecuted.
Is he allowing me? Is he allowing me to speak?
Others for centuries.
So now, as you now realize, you are not a decent individual from your own admission, from your own demonstration. Instead of letting me speak, you keep bubbling and wobbling. Right. Name me one Christian country, then I can talk about it. Go on. You said you're going to live in a Christian country.
Hypothetically.
No. Which country on planet Earth today you think is a Christian country?
I said hypothetically.
No, you didn't say hypothetically.
I'll rephrase that. Hypothetically, if I was to live in one country and I had a Muslim Sharia country and a Christian country, I wouldn't even think about it.
Let me respond. Hang on, let me respond now. So, which is a Christian country that you prefer to live?
Hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically, which one?
There's no Christian country.
Oh, it doesn't even exist. What's the point you're talking about? A country that doesn't. You know what? My response is this.
Italy then. Let's say.
Wait.
Would I rather go to Mecca or would I rather go to the Vatican?
Slow down. So basically,
I won't even be allowed in Mecca.
Can I finish? So initially, you are hoping to live in a country that doesn't exist. No wonder you are in your state of mind like that. You wish to live in a country that doesn't exist.
Do you understand what the word hypothetical means?
Wait.
He didn't say that at the beginning.
Brother, listen. Even hypothetically, you have to have a country in mind which is a Christian. Now, you, according to your own admission, I haven't finished. According to your own admission, earlier admission, this country doesn't exist. So now tell me, in your hypothetical example, what are the characteristics of a Christian country? How are they governed? In terms of their laws of crime and punishment, in terms of their systems of economics, in terms of their education system, what and how are they going to be run? Now tell me, go ahead.
I'm going to give you facts. In the Punjab, it was Sharia compliant
I'm
for
talking about
200 years
Christian
under Aurangzeb. And they killed the Sikhs, and the Sikhs were almost massacred to around 150 people from, I think, around 300,000. So in the Punjab, in
Brother, ignore his rant. We want to talk about Christian country, and he's talking about Punjab.
Islamic atrocities, you're going to go to Christianity now.
No, you said, remember, look.
Both religions have committed atrocities, but the one thing I don't like is when Muslims come here bashing Christians, saying Christianity's done this, Christianity's done this.
Let him finish his statement. Oh, no, let him finish his statement. What you need to do, brother, is this.
Let me ask you something.
Hang on, before you ask, my brother in humanity, right? You are comparing two states, theocratic states. One is a Christian country based on the Christian ideals, which according to you doesn't exist. We will make one, hypothetically. We will see how this country will run, and whether you will live there or whether you will live in an Islamic country run by the Sharia. Good. On planet Earth, which country runs by 100% Sharia? Which Islamic country? Which Muslim country?
None.
This is the worst argument ever.
No.
Because the thing is,
Wait.
say that.
You make a claim, then you need to substantiate your claim.
Let me just
Name me the country that implements one. No. Today.
Hypothetically,
Today,
if I was to live in a Sharia compliant country as a Sikh, I would have to pay jizya, which is a tax to kind of demean people, which they did in Punjab. I'm not talking from shit because the Punjabis in Punjab in India had this on them. So this is not for me. This is not hypothetical.
You are again
top of that,
conflating the discussion. My discussion to you is this. Listen, my friend.
But Christians don't do jizya.
Listen.
They're not
You
going to
are.
tax me.
Excuse me.
Even that one thing
Listen.
I would go to.
Okay. Listen.
You're not going to tax me, are you?
Excuse me. What's your name?
My name's Raj.
Raj. I'm Mansur. Right?
I know
Listen.
you. I've seen you before.
What we want to understand and establish is this. Countries that are run by the ideals and laws and regulations, teachings of their religion. Islam by the Islamic teaching. Christian by the Christian teaching. So now, in reality, do we have any country on planet Earth that implements 100% of the Islamic teaching to call it an Islamic country and 100% of Christian teaching to call it a Christian country? Answer that question first, then I'll move on.
Are you going to talk after?
Yes, I'm going to carry on. No, I'm going to not ramble. I'm going to carry on and educate all of us today.
I need to just
clarify something. Okay, no. Let me answer you.
Let me just
let me answer you.
Just the one thing of jizya people and taxing people
excuse
for
me.
being
No.
non-Muslim. As a Sikh, what would I be?
Look.
Because the people of the book, what are the people that are not the book?
Raj.
Would I be taxed?
Raj,
or would I be executed?
slow down. Raj.
Would I be taxed?
Raj, slow down. So on the planet Earth today, in 2017, can you confidently say there is a country on this planet that runs by 100% of Islamic law, Sharia, and 100% of the Christian law called the Christian law? Can you name one?
Hold on. Let me just say something. Hold on.
Just answer and then I move on.
It's not as simple as that. You can't bully me telling you
I'm
to
not
say
bullying
that.
you. I'm
Let me
asking
say
you to be
in the
honest.
In the Punjab,
I'm not talking about Punjab.
17th century, the Sharia compliant
Stop.
area
Raj,
with
Raj,
a Mughal
Raj,
were implying
you have what we call Raj.
Have we been taxed?
Excuse me, brother. Brother, please. What the problem?
Sikhs used to pay the jizya.
Raj, the problem I see is, instead of dealing with the discussion at hand, you have in your heart some grief what the Mughal India historically did in Punjab. I may be in sympathy with you for what some of the Muslim people did at that time when they were not implementing 100% Sharia. But what I'm asking you now, when we compare the teachings of Islam and the teachings of Christianity, which you said earlier on, this is why I was interested, that if I were to live in a country, I would not live in a Muslim country. I would, no, I'm not finished yet. I will give you the chance to speak and respond. In a Christian country, okay. A Christian country, by definition, must run by Christian ideals. Do you know what that means? No divorce. So if a husband beats the wife, breaks her leg,
As long as you show me.
pokes her eye out, no divorce. I'm just giving you 2 examples of barbarity. Wait, can I finish? Excuse me, can I finish? Wait, excuse me. If you lived in a country like this Christian country, and you have a wife, and they're going to be what? Applying the Christian law to you as well, right? Because I'm going to live in that law. Imagine that law says it's applicable to everyone, right? And they said what? No divorce. So you butter your wife so badly, and your wife wants to come out of your bondage of marriage. She can't. She has to tolerate your barbarity, your cruelty, and live. And you would want to live in a society like that. Maybe you would, but your wife wouldn't. Your mom wouldn't. Your sister wouldn't. No, sorry. I apologize. I wanted to make it personal, but I do apologize. I understand some people. Okay, I apologize. Right? Good. In a society run by this Christian law of no divorce. In a Christian law, do you know how the role of the woman is? Just to understand, bring you some examples. The wife must submit to the husband like unto the Lord. Just like you worship God, they have to listen and submit to her husband like that. So if, you know how people submit to God, conditionally or unconditionally? Unconditionally. If God says, pray, if you're faithful to Him, you pray. So if the similarity is there with the husband, and the husband says, lift to the wife, lift one leg up and back like a dog, she has no option but to back like a dog with one leg, hold it up. Because according to the Bible, it says, wives, submit. I'm quoting the Bible, listen.
Is the Old Testament or New Testament?
New Testament. Wives, submit unto your husbands like unto the Lord.
What's the command for the husbands?
I'm talking about the command to the wives. So now, if a wife is commanded by the husband, which husband? A bad husband.
Can
I finish and we can talk, right? Look.
It doesn't matter.
Raj. This is I call hate preaching.
What
He's
is
not a
the
hate
command
preacher.
to the husband?
I will demonstrate to you, don't worry.
No, I've listened to his speeches.
Hang on.
He's just saying what he believes.
Raj,
That's not
if
hate
a
preaching.
bad...
Husband, love your wife.
I've heard Muslims say so many disrespectful things to
Listen,
people.
Raj,
That's not hate preaching.
if you have a bad Christian husband but still believe in Christ, are you saying every single Christian who believes in Christ is a saint? No. They are very wicked, bad people. Is that right? Is that right? No, is that right?
Yes, fair enough.
Good. So if a bad husband commands his wife to bark like a dog, does she have a choice?
Yeah. Can I talk?
No, I'm not going to carry on.
All right. I don't care about all that kind of stuff here. That's hypothetical. I'm not going to treat my woman like that. I'm an individual. Yeah, I'm not going to make her bark like a dog. So you can't say that to me. Yeah, I'll treat her with respect. Also, another thing is, why is it that Muslims can divorce their wives, saying divorce 4 times, but a woman has to go through a Sharia court? So that's just as bad. So you're chucking stones at glass houses.
No.
You're both doing bad things.
Do you want me to
I'm
answer
a
it?
Sikh, I'm in the middle. I don't really care. I look at it objectively. Parts of Christianity I don't agree with, and parts of Islam I don't agree with. Which is why I wouldn't become Muslim. I like a lot of things about Islam, about the roles of men and women.
You
and stuff like
misunderstood
this.
about the divorce laws.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say to you, women, for you to bring this up about female kind of equality, about Islam, is probably your religion is not the best one to
Why not?
propagate.
Let's talk about it. So
propagate female.
Hang on. So you talked about...
Because you can kill somebody, you can kill your wife by stoning her if she's adulterous, but you need 4 witnesses.
Wait. Who said that?
So
by the way, they
hang
can
on. You know what?
It's like
Rod,
you should
It's
call
a
wives.
good thing.
Brother, 1
Just stone
second.
your
In this
wife.
country, can you
Okay.
go jail for not for with
Brother,
stone your
excuse me.
wife.
Brother, please. Right?
Ask
Patience. Raj,
if he can marry, if
What
his
I-
wife can marry 4 husbands.
Yeah, why can you? Yeah, all right. This is one thing I would have asked.
you wanna know?
Anyway.
Fair enough.
All right, I know what you're going to say anyway.
What I'm going to say.
Because at that time, in Prophet Muhammad's time, that there was a lot of females and only a lot of men. There's a lot of war widows. What about now, though?
So
what's
again,
the reason
again,
about-
your understanding of the Islamic laws are defective. If you,
I didn't say I was a Muslim though, or even a specialist. I'm just saying what I've heard.
I didn't say you were a specialist. I didn't say you were a Muslim.
I know,
I'm
just
saying your understanding of Islamic laws needs refining. And let me tell you something that perhaps you can go and research more. When it comes to marriage, Islam allows the marriage due to the nature of man and woman. It considers the nature of man, considers the nature of woman, and legislates accordingly. If you think that women would prefer more than one husband at any one time, you should expect non-Muslim societies around the world, at all times from history, women marrying more than one man and having more than one husband. History should have reflected that, if that was in their psyche, in their makeup. But what we find is only a rare examples here in certain countries, in India in the past and others, where, like, the Indian, how one woman married 5 brothers and so on, and a few other tribes. I'm not twisting, this is history. So if you now examine the world history of marriages, right, you'll find majority of the world's cultures, you're interrupting now, majority of the world's cultures,
Don't twist the words.
excuse me, look,
Why can you not marry four husbands as one
I
woman?
am teaching
Answer the question.
I'll let you talk in a minute. Can I just quickly just say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
I am not. I'm completely
According to
against.
Islam-
I'm in agreement with Islam in terms of men's and women's roles. Yeah, I believe that. Yeah, I don't believe in men behaving like women and women behaving like men and stuff. So we're in agreement in a lot of ways in terms of men are built one way and women are built another way, and they think differently. Men are more promiscuous and women probably are not.
What does it mean promiscuous?
It means that you sleep around or you.
Slow down, because I think you are getting there now.
Yeah, but you
No, Raj, please finish, explain.
I need to finish. I need to.
Go ahead.
Just because a man's more promiscuous, it doesn't mean that you allow him to be promiscuous.
Carry on.
So
Tell me when you finish, I'm listening.
You're justifying
I'm not
a
justifying.
man's behaviour by saying that, just because he's promiscuous, he can't control himself, so I have to have 4 wives.
No.
Otherwise, I'm going to go one to the next to the next.
No.
So for me, monogamy, although I don't think it's, works all the time, it's much better than polygamy. Because you're never going to treat every single wife exactly the same. You'd always have a favourite. Same way Aisha was Muhammad's favourite. And all of his wives used to say that.
Brother, if you don't have patience, then ask Allah to give you and grant you
So,
patience. Very important.
Did the Prophet Muhammad not have favourite wives?
Okay, let's come back to. Don't
Yeah,
go.
but I'm trying to show the problems
Hang
with
on.
polygamy.
So now, before you show problems with polygamy, now let me go back to the question. Now, in most of the cultures, we see throughout human history. So it's not something that you have to go and learn from Google only. You can go to any university, any academia, you can learn that throughout human cultures, most of the time, marriage is what? Women did not consider to marry more than one man at any one time. But men married more than one. Men had relationship more than one. Even today, the affairs that married men having, non-Muslim married men, for example, behind their wife's back, they're having affairs at work while they're happily married. They say happily, right? Of course they're not happily married. So they have many girlfriends. This is the society. So the reality is then, understanding are you listening?
I'm listening.
I am answering your question, why women cannot marry 4 men in Islam, right? So am I answering the right question?
So can I just
No, brother, no.
explain to you what I just
No,
what you said?
please, let me finish and you learn, right? Okay? The question that you have asked is, why in Islam, brother, women cannot marry 4 husbands, but men can marry 4? That's what I'm answering. I'm saying,
I know you've answered it.
no, I haven't answered. No,
You said men are promiscuous.
no,
They need more women.
that's what you said.
No, you said that.
Listen, you said it.
No, you said men's behaviour
No,
and their
no, let me-
natural urges
let-
mean that they want more
Raj,
women.
be
Women
fair.
don't. So
Raj,
you're
be
saying it's
fair.
biological.
Let me give you my
you said
response.
that.
No, Raj, let me tell you. I said you're getting there, right? You're on the right.
Simple, though. I don't want to hear a whole
Raj,
rant about
Raj,
men's biology
if you-
and all that
Raj,
rubbish.
since-
a man is more horny than a woman, so a man wants
Say-
more women. So
Raj,
in Islam, you can have more women.
Raj, if you're really interested to hear the...
But I don't want to hear a long
Excuse me.
theological kind of like
Raj.
Just give us
I find you are very impatient.
I'm gonna shut off because I don't want to hear rubbish. I just want to hear
Rubbish?
Yes.
So what I'm explaining is rubbish.
Yes. Because you
Look
said
at the
the same.
Arabics.
You said the same thing over.
Is that a fake sincerity in your question?
In 50 different ways.
Excuse me. Were
Your
you sincere in your
point
question?
is very simple.
Raj.
I'm more promiscuous.
No, that's not your point. That's not my point.
That's the basic grasp of it.
Okay.
So I don't want
Can
to
I
hear
answer?
about biology and
Can I answer?
this and that and that. Just be
Right.
genuine and tell
Excuse
me.
me. Listen, Raj.
I haven't got time to hear all that.
Raj. Were you sincere?
I'm not trying to convert anyone.
Excuse
I
me.
like this guy.
You know, Raj. Were you?
And your son as well.
Raj, were you sincere in your
That's all you
question?
have, Mansour. What's that?
Were you sincere in your question?
Yeah, of course I am.
Good.
I understand Muslims.
Good. So allow
mentality.
me to briefly, without any interruption,
But
then.
you've gone on for like 20 minutes. about the
Subhanallah,
same
you're
topic.
interrupting me
I've
right
argued-
now
You've
as I
answered
speak.
it. You've
As I
answered
speak.
it.
Listen, I haven't. So allow me to
I'm
finish.
promiscuous, so what more women?
You know what? You ask me a question and you answer it yourself. No wonder you never know.
Well, let me ask this guy here.
No.
I like this guy, so bring him in. Because I actually like
Do you really think, Brother Adnan, Rashid, that he's going to listen to your answer when he's not even listening to my
I
answer?
watched a lot of his videos. And
Do you see
he's
that?
a very, very genuine guy.
Do you see this?
I think he's a reasonable guy. Do you
He's
not
not
like his?
reasonable. He's talking about the same thing for 50 minutes.
He's not allowing me
I don't
to
wanna
finish
hear
my
it.
statement.
He's one of the most reasonable people in
No,
the
what I'm
park.
trying to say to you is that I don't. He's going on about a topic.
what it's to say.
And
Of course not to you.
he's like, elaborated on it so much that I don't even know what he's talking about.
What-
I
what
just
is
want
the
to hear the
question?
basic crust.
question
Why
is,
can men have four
why men cannot marry
wives
four
and women
husbands?
only one?
Why men?
Can have four wives and women only have one.
Simple answer.
Yeah.
$1 million answer. Because God says so. Simple. Because we believe in God. Wait.
no.
Let me explain.
Show
We
us
believe
where.
in God. We believe in God. I'm talking to him. If you want to talk to him, talk to me. Stand there and talk to me.
I don't need to.
Okay, then be quiet.
Show us the hadith in the Quran.
So, we believe in God. We have no doubt that God revealed the Quran. In the Quran, God allows certain things and He disallows other things. We follow what He allows when we can, however we can, and we do not follow what He disallows. Simple as that.
Is that blind
so we,
faith?
we blind follow God, yes.
But you're saying you'd follow.
No, we blind follow. We don't blind follow humans.
What is it?
We blind follow God because we believe
What's
God.
your first name again?
Adnan.
Adnan.
Yeah. So do you understand my answer?
Yeah, but
That
he's-
we believe God is the creator, and because He's the creator, He's powerful. He's very, very powerful, immensely wise. These are the two qualities God has, definitely. If not others, these two definitely, because He's the one who created the universe. And to create this
But that
universe,
was not what
he
his
needs
answer was.
immense wisdom.
His
Well, my answer can be different. His answer can be different.
Let me say what his
He's
answer
an
so you can
individual.
elaborate on it.
I didn't even finish my answer.
If you listen to it,
Raj, be fair. His answer is, well, I haven't even finished my answer. Why are you even saying his answer
If
was
I'm
this?
standing for 50
If you
minutes,
give him a chance,
Raj,
if you give him a chance.
Raj,
I've got to go,
listen.
man.
Raj,
Can't stand it for
you
hours
asked
on
a
end.
question.
It's simple. You said that men biologically are more promiscuous.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you confirmed that.
We
I
heard
didn't-
it, man. We'll watch it
You know
back.
what?
We heard
It is-
You didn't
it
say
is-
those words.
Listen,
but men are more
Raj,
carnal.
you are
they-
so
They
unfair.
want more sexual
So
desire.
unfair.
Do you
That's
understand,
what he
Raj?
said.
What he's doing now, what Mansour is doing, he's trying to rationalize the commandments of God. We know what God commanded. We know what God commanded, and we believe that God commanded that. We
God didn't
firmly
command that,
believe that God commanded that, right? Okay.
So what
And
for
now,
women's
now,
promiscuous?
now, if you ask why did God command that, this is where Mansour comes in. He's rationalizing why God may have commanded X, Y, and Z. So he's rationalizing why there are reasons as to why men are different to women.
Can I just say something? I don't want to become. Before I go on, I apologize if I come across as rude. But the thing is, I don't care about theology. I just want to know, is it a good idea or a bad idea? I think it's a
How
bad
do you know it's a good idea, bad idea?
it's
How
a
do you
bad-
know?
I'm trying to look at things objectively. Even the Christian religion. I
How
don't
do you know
agree with
something objectively bad or good?
A man, having 4 wives,
Yeah.
and a woman only allowed to have 1 is not equal to me. Even though I don't believe in feminism or anything like that.
So you need to know the rationality behind it then.
Yes.
So
That's
these
precisely
are-
the
There
answer.
are, there are biological reasons
Because
why
men
they
are more
cannot.
horny.
No. If you let him finish,
Or promiscuous.
no, Raj. If you let him finish, quickly,
he's talking
and then
for
you,
like hours.
okay, yeah, you can.
I didn't just summarize, but he's not allowed. Summarize them for you, Raj, right? Man and woman are different
Have it so
makeup.
you count it so it's in 2 minutes so I can hear it.
Good, 2 minutes.
There you go.
Man and woman are different, right? Their needs are different, their thinking processes are different, the processing processes are different. So when man has needs and they show these needs, organic needs, that they can have more needs to women and so on and so forth, like women. This is when you hinted towards promiscuity, meaning it's what? Being more attracted, more needy of other women. Women, by their makeup, in all times, they like to be, brother, they like to be in one-person relationship, loved by, cared for, looked after, and so on. They want to be one-person relationship. If you ask women, this is what they would like. Excuse me. This is how the woman would like.
I think you need to speak to a 21st century woman.
Excuse me, I am. I have.
I think they can have a different view.
No. I have.
Feminism is on the rise. It's on the rise. A lot of women, they think they are absolutely equal to men in all respects.
I'm in agreement with you on this.
Wait. No, I don't agree with that.
No, but I'm in agreement.
I'm saying women and men are not the same.
يا لغتي عربية حسبي بأنك منطقي وبياني عربية قلبي